I knocked out 3 skits today. I feel like I've been working on some overtime. Who we at? Who right here? You know what I'm saying?
Over here, no time for the face. Cut the grass so I can see the snakes. Bitch, I see ya. Bitch, you know I see ya. I just bought a new drum for the chopper. I just bought a new drum for the chopper. In my trap house, getting head, eating lots of real, recognized real, and you niggas is imposters. Nobody fuck with your music cause you garbage. You can't fuck with me and bitch that more than obvious. Used to keep all my dough and shoe boxes. Now we got bank accounts and we keep safe deposits. High on the weed to serve, pour up the same, flexing hard like a bodybuilder.
What's up, my dude?
Make my first 50 racks trapping on the porch. Rhyme so big, smokers call them action boys. Trap jumping like Jordan, real goons, sweeter boys. Eating rough and rugged like corduroy. It's your baby mama favorite. Told her, pay me, keep the pussy. Niggas better tell your bitch I call that whole look. I just brought my bad bitch a couple sex toys. They caught the mule on the plane that was a decoy. Oh, your bitch fell in love with a D-boy. I'm about to
thought I heard myself. Let me
see. C4.
I do got stand up in here.
The judge. Leave the courtroom and meet up with the plug. Bust it down in the tub. Couple homies say cuz. They like, where you from, though? It's still 20 blood, Ain't shit changed but the bitches. Fuck a nigga bitch like Derek Fisher. Trapping up my Instagram. The fans double tap my pictures. Hope they like a nigga.
That nigga look like John Cena or something right there.
Cash in the bins.
That nigga look like
gave me served, I've been hooked
Kurt
ever
Angle.
since. My cousin gave me served, I've been hooked ever since. If it don't make dollars, then it don't make sense. I just bought a new drum for the chopper. I just bought a new drum for the chopper. In my trap house, getting head, eating lots of real, recognized real niggas is imposters. Nobody fuck with your music cause you garbage. You can't fuck with me and bitch that more than obvious. Used to keep all my dough and shoe boxes. Now we got bank accounts and we keep safe deposits. High off the weed to serve, pour pop the same, flexing hard like a bodybuilder, like I won a Grammy. Make my first 50 racks trapping off the porch. Rhyme so big, smokers call them action boys. Trap jumping like Jordan, real goons, Sweden boys. Whole team eating rough and rugged like corduroy. It's your baby mama favorite. Told her, pay me, keep the pussy. Nigga better tell your bitch I caught that whole looking.
I'm working overtime, y'all. I done 2 skits today and a live. I'm working overtime. Now, I'm going to be fair to Joe Rogan just like I was fair to Whoopi Goldberg. Now, they said Whoopi Goldberg used the anti-Semitic slang rhetoric, right? And they trying to say Joe Biden used the N-word with the ER. That made it racist right there. Now, on both cases, both of them should have knew fucking better. Joe Rogan should have knew all this old time he ain't supposed to be saying the N-words. As many black people he done hung around, and many conversations he done had about him not being able to use the word, he shouldn't have been asked, why I can't use it? I know he was saying it in context, right? And I know he was saying it, you know what I'm saying, for audience and trying to get a response and try to spark a conversation. And I don't see nothing wrong with it. But the only thing I see wrong with it is you apologizing for the way you felt and apologizing for the way you was trying to make people understand where you was coming from your perspective in a different way. People couldn't understand that. And that was over 12 years ago. All these liberal motherfuckers been around, but as soon as Joe Rogan had a problem and started bringing on people to talk about COVID, they took his ass off. Now, don't let me talk about it because I'm not Joe Rogan. I ain't got 100 million people watching me. If I talk about some shit and they say I'm doing some misinformation, they're going to take my ass off. If one transsexual say that I'm bothering him, they're going to take my ass off. They not going to treat me like Joe Rogan. They're going to take my ass off of YouTube quick, fast, in a hurry. But they got to do something about Joe Rogan because he's got too much truth on his show. He's spreading too much real information, not misinformation. He's spreading too much information that contradict what they're saying and contradict the doctors and contradict the politicians and contradict their so-called science. So they got to get him off of air, you know. And the best way to get him off of air is basically call him a racist like they do everybody else. Like, oh, we can't get him off of air this way, so we got to dig up something way in the back of the crates, you know what I'm saying, on him being racist. Now, the Democrats, they can dig up some shit. They go way back. They will find some shit you done in elementary. Remember how far back when they went on Kavanaugh, they said Kavanaugh was 14 years old taking pussy. We're going to go way back to your junior high school. You was taking pussy in junior high, Kavanaugh. We're going to go back to that too. We can't prove it, but we're going to go way back into history. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's been football players, it's been athletes, it's been singers, entertainers, been using the N-word long time ago, right? I mean, some of it use it in certain situation where it was permissible, and it was around black folks. Some people used it, and it wasn't permissible around black folks and shit like that. But the Democrats always saying that people are racist, but the Democrats actually the ones got the long history of the racism. It's not Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan don't have no history of racism. He may have said that shit, but no, before that, nobody and still nobody today think Joe Rogan is racist. Nobody think Joe Rogan had a racist past. Nobody think Joe Rogan don't like black folks. But the Democrats want you to believe that because they can't take him off of air. Let's see, Democrats have a racist past. Let's see if they racist past before they talk about Joe Rogan racist past. What the hell is this? Why they ain't no? Oh, I know why they don't sound. Boom, this is why ain't no sound. Because you got to hit this thing right here. Boom, there we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Spotify has done such damage to its brand in the last 2 months. I mean, last year, it was basically known as kind of a feel-good music podcast outpost. And now the face of Spotify is this anti-vaccine zealot who likes to spew racial slurs.
You see how fake news is trying to label Joe Rogan as a lying, racist white man? He's spreading misinformation and he's on there with racial slurs. Now he's racist and he's a liar. He's spreading misinformation because it's not the information they won't spread, right? It's the information from what he experienced, right? And should not what we should be going on. I even heard the nigga that was on his show that they was questioning him is the main nigga behind the Trump juice. He's the main nigga with the coordinations and all the shit behind the Trump juice. So if anybody knows something about some shit, it should be him. Why you silencing somebody who's an expert? This nigga's an expert. This nigga is better than Dr. Fauci when it comes to the vaccines. Hell, he helped put the shit together. Why in the hell we not listening to him about some real information? How could this nigga spread misinformation? All this shit is patent. But this is the dude Joe Rogan was interviewing. This is the dude they say, oh, this nigga lying. How? Well, if he lying, could somebody prove he lying? Could somebody show us some evidence, some kind of scientific data or something to show that this man is lying instead of telling us he's lying? Do you notice every time the Democrats have somebody they don't want you to believe, or have somebody that don't go with what they say, they say, oh, he's spreading misinformation. That's misinformation. Well, how is it misinformation? We don't need to tell you it's misinformation. It just is. Believe us. How? You motherfuckers been spreading misinformation for I don't know how long. How come you never get censored for misinformation about the Trump juice, about the masks, about the lockdowns, about the mandates, about you motherfuckers traveling to other states and not doing what you're supposed to do as far as keeping shit on your face, like Stacey Abrams went into a classroom full of kids in elementary school maskless, meaning she don't give a fuck about your kids. She said, I'm gonna go up in there and get all of them sick. I'm gonna spread the shit everywhere. Huh? But every time they want to cancel you, the liberals want to cancel you, they bring up some race shit and expecting they'll get everybody along. They always trying to get us to fight their battles. It's like going to get your brothers. You can't fight them, so look, I'm finna go get somebody who can fight you. Hold on, wait right there. I'll be right back. Come on, black people. You see him right there? There we go. There go the racists. Let's get him. Let's get him. He's a racist. And then they trying to cancel him because, like I said, he's giving out facts that dispute they facts. And they facts is not working. Because if they facts was working, we wouldn't be in the situation we're in right now. And they don't want you to know their facts is working, so they're trying to hide and trying to cancel any information that goes against their policies not working. Look at this. Fallout over Joe Rogan's Spotify controversy.
Disclaimer, it's a positive step, but we want every platform to continue doing more to call out mis and disinformation while also uplifting accurate information. Our hope.
Okay, now, how do we know what's misinformation if you motherfuckers not giving us the real information? Every information you gave us was false. Every last piece from you, Dr. Fauci, the scientists coming up, CDC, books, colleges, everybody saying you was wrong for everything you done. So what is the misinformation and how can we trust your information and why we can't debate with somebody who has different information, why we can't debate that person and let us find out what's the truth for ourselves? People are getting tired. People are going on strikes. People are going on mandates. People are tired of the mandates. People are traveling to capitals in Canada and shit. People are cutting people. Look, if you don't believe in what we believe in, we're going to cut the funding from PayPal, you know what I'm saying, so you can get help or support out there in your protest. You mean to tell me the whole summer of love was burning shit down, stealing money, robbing people, doing drugs, murder, you name it, they taking over city blocks, burning down shit? You mean to tell me you motherfuckers didn't stop talking about giving them a donation not one time? They was bailing people out of jail who burned shit down, and y'all didn't stop their donations. But as soon as people want to protest for their freedom, you and honk horns, you want to stop their protests? What kind of shit is that? Huh? And I forgot, they're racist too. Remember, anybody who don't go with the liberals say, or anybody who don't agree with the liberals are racist. Now you got Nazis in Canada because of this shit. Nazis in Canada and Nazis on Spotify.
Is that all major tech platforms and all major news sources, for that matter, be responsible and be vigilant.
You hear all of them, all of the sources. That sound like some Chinese shit. They just had some a reporter, I think he was from Poland, at the Chinese Olympics saying something the Chinese didn't like. They grabbed the mic, grabbed that nigga, and grabbed the cameras and took his ass somewhere, and the nigga ain't been found since. Nancy Pelosi over there said, look, we understand that you motherfuckers want to protest, but don't do it over there because we don't trust them. We don't trust what they're gonna do. So you protest, your ass is on your own. She telling niggas that don't protest, nigga, because we ain't got time to save you. You think if Joe Biden leave and people over there in Afghanistan, he won't leave your ass over there in China? It's gonna be Olympic sprinter and all kind of divers and sled bob teams and shit, bobsled teams and shit, shredded in China. Joe Biden gonna like, yeah, we're gonna go over there and get all the people from China who want to leave. Some of the people want to stay in China. Some of the Americans want to stay in China. But those who don't want to stay in China, I promise you, with all my breath, we're gonna come and get you. Then when China chop off their motherfucking hands or something and send their ass to a Wigger camp, Joe Biden gonna be like, I'm gonna make you pay with every bean of my body. I'm gonna hit you with some sanctions. And China done released the prisoners, the Olympic runners, and the damn bobsled team, in the what you call that? The ski sled team. We gonna hit you with some sanctions. We not buying no more Jordans, 15s. Goddamn it! You don't let them motherfuckers. You don't let them hostages go. We not buying no more retro Jordans from China. That's half of your damn economy. Niggas gonna be mad as a motherfucker they can't buy no Jordans. You didn't mean what? You can't hit their ass with a different section like some weaves or something? How about motherfucking hot sauce? You can't hit with no Chinese hot sauce, nigga. You gotta do the Jordans, nigga. You son of a bitch. Going to Jen Sucky.
To ensure the American people have access to accurate information on something as significant as COVID-19. That certainly includes Spotify.
There's a video that's out that's a compilation of me saying the N-word.
The N-word. So what, nigga? I say nigga all the time. If it was I think I broke the nigga record on YouTube. I think I have said nigga more than any other comedian on YouTube algorithm history. If they look up nigga on there, my name will go to the top of the list. They're like, this nigga averaged the word nigga every 1.5 minutes. You damn right. Everybody nigga. White people nigga. Joe Biden nigga. Donald Trump a nigga. You got female niggas. You got black niggas. You got dumb niggas. You got real niggas. You got ugly niggas. You got scary niggas. You got foreign niggas. You got Chinese niggas. You got Mexican niggas. You got all kind of niggas. On this channel, everybody's a nigga. I don't discourage against everybody. If you do some dumb shit, use a nigga. Or you do some extreme good shit, use a real nigga. It depends on what you do. It is what type of nigga is you gonna be called. I don't know what type of nigga you is. So, I mean, I got some real niggas watching this channel right now. Some real niggas in the chat. They could be white. They could be black. I didn't say real niggers. I didn't say no real crackers. Like, they trying to say I said niggas. That's what Joe Rogan should have said. Joe Rogan should have said nigga instead of nigger. Don't put the ER on it. Put the A. You know what I'm saying? You get a little away with it a little better, a little more frequently. They say N-A, not ER. Nigger, not nigga. I mean nigga, not nigger.
Nigger thing. Yeah, saying the word nigger. I already said nigger. D is just like nigger. Saying nigger. She's calling you a nigger. It's like this boy who's a nigger and starts calling them niggers. Word nigger. There should be a word like nigger, especially the word nigger. That's our nigger. So niggers, he says nigger. Guy, a nigger. And then our niggers start saying nigger. Allowed to use the word nigger. Without the word nigger, see nigger, word nigger. Say nigger, and you couldn't say nigger, and most nigger.
That sounds bad. That sounds bad, but is it any worse than when Joe Biden used the word nigga? Because Joe Biden can use the word nigga and it don't sound bad, I guess. Because they gonna cancel culture and all that shit. Why they not canceling Joe Biden for saying the word nigga? He probably ain't said it more than Joe Rogan publicly, right? But Joe Rogan said it in context. Joe Biden said it just to be saying it. And he said in context too, some liberals we might say. But I say Joe Biden said nigga. Joe Biden said nigga. Joe Rogan said nigga. Joe Rogan said a couple of more times, but they both have the ER on it. So if you're going to go way back in time, why don't you go back and dig up this video when Joe Biden say nigger?
And the court cited evidence of discriminatory intent on the part of other legislators, including the representative who testified at the court hearing, that there were legislators, quote, who don't feel they wanted to have a district that would be able to elect.
Oh, wait a minute. That's not it.
It's a video that's made of clips taken out of context of me of 12 years of conversations on my podcast. And it's all smushed together, and it looks fucking horrible, even to me. Now, I know that to most people, there's no context.
Wait a minute, we're gonna have to wait a minute. How in the hell did we lose this one? Wait a minute, we got to rewind that. Here we go. Let me see something right here.
Portions of your staff memo, they brought to your attention the allegation that important legislators in defeating the Nunes plan in the basement said, quote.
There we go. Here we go. Quote. Here we go. Right here. Gotta move this shit. Remove this shit. I removed the wrong thing. We got to hear Joe Biden saying nigga. We got to hear Joe Biden saying nigga. That's a whole part of the damn, that's the whole reason of the damn video, hearing Joe Biden say nigga.
We already have a nigger mayor. We don't need any more nigger big shots.
Huh? That nigga Joe Biden said with an ER too. We already got a nigger mayor. We don't need any nigger big shots. Huh? What's the difference between Joe Biden saying nigga and Joe Rogan saying nigga, huh? We already got nigga mayor. We don't need another nigger big shot.
I'll use the word nigger.
Said the
word nigger, say nigger, word nigger. Say nigger, and you couldn't say nigger. And most nigger.
We already have a nigger mayor. We don't need any more nigger big shots.
Huh? We already got a nigga mayor. We don't need any more nigga big shots. Why can Joe Biden say nigga and Joe Rogan can't? They both white. Huh? It's okay for one person to say it, and you want to dig back up in this shit. Does it matter how many times you say it? Does that matter? Like, okay, Joe Biden didn't say as much as Joe Rogan, so he's less racist? Joe Biden had a more important role. Joe Biden is the president, and I thought the words of a president matter. You got Democrats wearing blackface. You got you got liberals wearing blackface, like the bitch Joy Behar, Ralph Northam, Nathan Trudeau, whatever it is damn. You got these white liberals wearing blackface and making fun of shit. I mean, I don't really care about somebody saying nigga or nigger if it was in context, you know what I'm saying? And I know that they wasn't racist. I've been called nigga by white people all the time, but it's in context. And they, it was just a term of endearment. They didn't mean the nigga was all not. It's the way they was raised. They was raised around niggas, so they was privileged to say that word. And you didn't question about it because they knew how to say it. And you knew their history by how they talked. Right? Now, Joe Biden is doing exactly what he wanted to do, right? When he was using the ER and he was using the word, he was catering to certain people who actually felt that way. Right? He was talking for people who actually felt why I couldn't use the word, why I can't do this, why black people say that, why they rap about this, why they rap about that, why they call each other this. He was actually saying that, right? And when you are a part of this industry right here, you got to have people live vicariously through you. People will live vicariously through me by the words I say. So people living vicariously through him. So he had to put on that, right? So now that you bringing it back up, talking about he's saying nigga, guess who's saying nigga now? You. You the one bringing it up. You the one bringing up the racist past, because you want to bring up the racist word nigga and stuff like that and bring it in the context. That's you. Right? And it doesn't matter how much you apologize, because the liberals going to make you look bad. I don't give a damn. They're going to take out the most important part, and they probably burn the rest of the video. They don't want you to see the content or the context he was talking about the word nigga, because the Democrats talk about niggas all the time. And it's not considered racist. How is that?
It's a video that's made of clips taken out of context
of
me.
Whoops.
Of me of 12 years of conversations on my podcast, and it's all smushed together, and it looks fucking horrible, even to me. Now, I know that to most people, there's no context where a white person is ever allowed to say that word, never mind publicly.
How? People say it publicly all the time. They say it in movies. I mean, you can act in a movie, and as long as you're in the movie, you can say nigga all the time. Ask Quentin Tarantino. He say nigga more than any white person in the world. And most black people too. Right? It's people who say nigga in movies all the time. That you swear to, I mean, when I first saw, what's it called, the redhead dude? The dude, Michael Rappaport, when I first saw him, I thought he was the most racist motherfucker on the face of the earth. When I saw him in the movie, I think it was what's the name of that movie? He was with Ice Cube and all them. I forgot the name of that movie, but I thought he was one of the most racist people in the world. His name was Remy. He had a haircut. He had a gun. He said the word nigga. I said, this dude is racist. Then I come to find out he fuck with black women and he loved black people and he talk black. He from New York. He got a black accent. I'm like, this actor dude is good because I could have sworn Michael Rappaport was a racist. When I first, Higher Learning, that's the name of the movie, right? I could have sworn he was a racist when I first saw him. Get looking now, Yo Capital, Higher Learning. Justin Trudeau, just not Trudeau. You feel me? But in this context right here, they're trying to punish the man for being an entertainer and speaking as how should I say, not a third party person, but speaking in the way that people who follow him can understand, and speaking in a way and asking questions that people who he's talking to can respond to. But people don't understand that, right? We can never have a debate or we can never get an understanding because one side is always going to get sensitive, and that's usually the liberal side. They don't get sensitive about something. You can never have a debate with them because there's going to be some sensitivity involved, and you're going to be called a racist or a sellout or you don't understand or a homophobe or a transgender phobe. It's something. They don't always get sensitive. That's the ultimate breakout. Soon as they can't win the motherfucking argument or the debate, they come to sensitivity mode. You're a racist. You're mean. You're insensitive. You're wrong. Huh? Am I lying or am I telling the truth?
On a podcast. And I agree with that now. I haven't said it in years, but for a long time, when I would bring that word up, like if it would come up in conversation, instead of saying the N word, I would just say the word. I thought as long as it was in context, people would understand.
Now, I understand, right? And when you say you think people are going to understand now, ain't no guarantee people are going to understand.
To understand.
Racist. And I agree with...
Ain't no guarantee that people are going to understand. Right? They should understand, right? And it should be allowed if you're saying it in context and people, and you're not saying it out of disrespect, if you're trying to use it as a learning experience, right? Because if you look at black people using the word cracker, we use it all the time. Hell, the Mayor Adams from New York just called white people a bunch of crackers within the last couple of years. Honkies and all kind of shit. In front of a lot of black people. Look at Al Sharpton. Al Sharpton called people honkies and white people and all kind of shit, and he's not taking off the air. Joy Behar. All the liberals do it. But they cover this shit up. Look at Hunter Biden. Hunter Biden, the crackhead. He talking to his lawyer and they saying using the word nigga. Freely. But Donald Trump is a racist and the Republicans is a racist. When you motherfuckers had a history of racism, Kamala Harris had to tell him off the bat, I don't think you racist. But you don't tell somebody they're not racist like that. I don't think you racist, but you did do this. You do have a hell of a past, a hell of a racist past, but I don't think you're racist. Look at the shit she say. She does think he racist, and she do think he racist, and she know he racist. Look what his ass done. You know what? They said I need a black female president. I'm gonna put you as vice president, but I'm gonna set your ass up. What kind of racist son of a bitch is that? Claims she black, no she ain't black, gave her a job, knew she can't handle it, right? Have all her people quit on her. He turned his back. He not even talking about the bitch, right? He destroyed her in the public view, right? What kind of racist shit is that? That's the most racist shit you can do. You destroyed a supposedly black woman whole career in the front of the whole damn world. Sent her all bunk missions, knew she couldn't complete the shit. Make her seem like she's lost her damn mind, even though she was liberal as hell. All her people quitting on her. Her damn writer just wrote on her, quit on her. Because anytime you got a saying like, what the other day she asked like, what's the difference between the COVID this year and COVID last year? The bitch said we can wipe down packages. Well, last year we was wiping down packages. I know the speechwriter was like, you know what, bitch, I quit. I'm not finna take this. They gonna think I wrote that shit. Like, hey, Camilla Harris, if they ask you the difference between Corona this year and Corona next year, hit them with this, bitch. Oh yeah, I can tell you the difference between COVID last year and COVID this year. We came a far, long ass way. We not wiping down packages this year. You mean to tell me what? That's scientific discovery, a scientific breakthrough that we not wiping down packages this year. Well, bravo motherfucking oh. Ain't that a bitch? You're not racist, but everything about you is, motherfucker.
With you, when you commit yourself to the importance of finding common ground. But I also believe, and it's personal, and I was actually it was hurtful to hear you talk about the reputations of two United States senators who built their reputations and career on the segregation of race in this country.
You're not a racist. You just hang around racist. Your grandfather racist. Your son uses racist slurs. You uses racist slurs. You use all kind of racist policies. You call niggas deplorables, but you're not a racist. I don't believe you're a racist. You just act like one. Is that a bitch?
You can't go to heaven if you hate anybody.
Wait. And then they say, look, they say he ain't a racist, right? You gotta turn your head for this one, right? You gotta turn your head, right? Remember you shit talking about segregationists and all this old shit?
This country.
Robert Byrd was one of his biggest influences and mentors. Robert Byrd said nigga on national TV.
You can't go to heaven if you hate anybody. We practice that. There are white niggers. I've seen a lot of white niggers in my time.
There are white niggers. I have never seen a lot of white niggas in my time. Now, this nigga was the head of the Democratic Party, along with the head of the KKK. And this nigga got on here talking about niggas on national TV. Now, what content was that taken out of or taken in? Was this taken out of context? Out of context? Because evidently they forgave him. At least Joe Biden did. You got to turn your head for this because I had to record this wrong, or you can just keep your head up and listen to the words that Camilla Harris say about Joe Biden, the supposedly not racist. She know he racist.
I'm going to use that word.
The reputations of segregationists, of people who, if they had their way, I would literally not be standing here as a member of the United States Senate, is, I think, it's misinformed and it's wrong.
Does he apologize for that?
He's going to have to make that decision. But, let's be very clear that the senators that he is speaking of with such adoration are individuals who made and built their reputation on segregation. The Ku Klux Klan celebrated the election of one of them. So this is a very serious matter.
The Ku Klux Klan celebrated one. Well, all the Democrats did too, right? Obama, this nigga said white niggas on TV. Obama was at his funeral. Clinton was at his funeral. Joe Biden was at his funeral. All of them gave a eulogy and knew he was racist and knew he was the head of the KKK and still praised him like he was a godfather.
We know there are things he said and things he did that he came to regret.
And by the way, if you doubt it, you just drive here. You cross the Robert C. Byrd Drive, the Robert C. Appalachian Highway, the Robert C. Library Learning Center, the Robert C. Byrd Clinic, the Robert C. Federal Building in Charleston, and on and on and on.
There are a lot of people who wrote these eulogies for Senator Byrd in the newspapers, and I read a bunch of them, and they mentioned that he once had a fleeting association with the Ku Klux Klan. And what does that mean? I'll tell you what it means. he was a country boy from the hills and hollows of West Virginia. He was trying to get elected.
That nigga said he wasn't racist. I tell you what he was. He was a country boy that was trying to. He wasn't racist. I tell you what he was. He was a country boy that was trying to get elected. That's who he was. He wasn't really racist. He was just playing one to get elected. He was just hanging niggas and killing niggas and setting fires and doing all the meetings and shit because he was trying to get elected. So you mean all the white Democrats that was racist back in the days was only playing racist because they wanted to get elected? I bet you say that at all the eulogy funerals for the racists. You know what? Strong Thurman wasn't racist. You know what? David Duke wasn't racist. He was just trying to be the leader of the KKK. What the fuck is wrong with Bill Clinton? This nigga say he's not a racist. And the other dude said, I know he said some things, Barack Obama. I know he said some things that some people may not agree with. Then you got Senator Joe Biden listing his list of achievements and documents and monuments and all. He has this and he has that. He has a library. He has a school. What kind of racist ass town got the whole damn town named after Robert Byrd? I bet it's not near a black person living in the vicinity of that motherfucking town. This motherfucker said the Robert Byrd. If I drive somewhere and I see a Robert Byrd street, nigga, I'm leaving. I'm like, you know what? It's time to leave the street, the city, and the motherfucking town. They got a Robert Byrd street. I hate to see what the rest of this motherfucking state look like. Let's go. Roll it. Come on. That's like going down the motherfucking street and see a KKK Boulevard. You be like, you know what? Roll it. Wrap it up. I'm not doing no show out here. You got me fucked up. Skinhead Drive. Roll it. Let's get the fuck up out of here. I don't need to see the rest of the block. You know what I'm saying? We're not doing those shows in Skinhead Block. We're not going to do that. The corner of Assault and Battery. You know what? That is in a black neighborhood. I can go to that club. I'm used to that club right there. Any club address is 211 on the corner of Assault and Battery. That's my type of club right there. Let's go. Get the drink and let's sneak the drink and the guns in the club. But I ain't going down on no KKK Boulevard. No way, no damn how. But they can go to racist eulogies and say, this nigga was the goodest person in the world. He was, look, you know what? He used to be a racist, but you know what that is? That means he was a good person. This nigga said he was a good person because he was a racist. Wait a minute, we gotta hear that one more time. This nigga was a good person because he was racist.
Wrote these eulogies for Senator Byrd in the newspapers, and I read a bunch of them, and they mentioned that he once had a fleeting association with a Ku Klux Klan. What does that mean? I'll tell you what it means.
Yeah, tell us.
He was a country boy from the hills and hollows of West Virginia. He was trying to get elected. And maybe he did something he shouldn't have done.
Yeah, like kill some niggas.
And he spent the rest of his life making it up.
That nigga should have spent the rest of his life in prison for how many niggas that nigga done probably killed. He spent the rest of his life making it up. You're right.
And that's what a good person does.
Look, that's what a good person does. Anyway, white people are starting to use the word nigga, right? And like I said, some people can use the word nigga. Like this white woman right here. She forgot she was at a school board meeting because they called and say, look, your son is at the school and he using the word nigga. You got to do something about this. And she went up to school and used nigga herself, but she forgot she was white and she forgot she was in school. So she went ahead and just said, nigga.
My address was put out there. We were threatened. And why? Because he said...
A white woman's use of the N-word at a Grosse Pointe School Board meeting Monday is causing quite the controversy in the points.
This happens to be in every song. The FCC, the John Connors, the who's who are in charge.
Excuse me,
I'm sorry.
You can finish, but just watch the light.
You can finish, but watch the nigga word, because there's a couple of niggas up here on this road right here, so you can say what you want to, but please chill on the nigga.
I'm sorry.
The woman was upset about her son's suspension and seemed to associate the district's diversity, equity, and inclusion efforts with him being disciplined for using the N-word in a social media post and in a video. Blamed her son's use of it on his aunt and hip-hop.
His dark chocolate auntie got him into Straight Outta Compton.
That's worse than saying nigga. His dark chocolate auntie. You should have said nigga. His nigga auntie. She said his dark chocolate auntie. Like, that's some racist shit right there. But she's not racist. She's trying her best not to be racist. She's not racist. His dark chocolate auntie. This black ass auntie.
Her son's use of it on his aunt and hip-hop.
His dark chocolate auntie got him into Straight Outta Compton, okay? So my boy got Straight Outta Compton. He's into it, all the old school hip-hop.
I said all into the hip-hop. Now, that was a parent going to the teacher's board and saying nigga. Now, this is the teacher inside of the classroom saying nigga, right? Now, you're supposed to be able to say nigga, I guess, if you in school and you're trying to teach the students a lesson. Now, it's not one teacher. It was multiple teachers that was in the class room saying nigga, right? Now, this must be Robert Byrd High School, junior high school high, right? If you can get away with shit like that and not get fired, because remember, they're protected by a union and they can get fired. They have rights. They have union rights and shit like that, so they can't get fired, but unless the union do something with them, you know what I'm saying? And then they can sue. So just because they use the word nigga don't mean nothing. But it goes to show these liberals think they can just use the word nigga and stuff like that and freely, and they can use it, but and try to prove a lesson or prove a point or try to piss somebody off. But when you use it, right, and not even against them, it's racist. But they can use it on us, and it's not. How the fuck is that, Jack?
Saying the N-word.
Christopher Wright and Shalice Stafford say one of the teachers who is white wouldn't stop using the word.
And people didn't like it, so she kept saying it over and over again.
She was saying, like, you can say it, I could say it, it's just a word and everything. And the students was like, no, you cannot say that because I don't feel comfortable with you saying that. She was like, no, but it's just a word.
Students reported the teacher to the principal, who offered an apology on the intercom a week later. Students, black and white, demanding more.
She should be fired and shouldn't be able to use that word ever again, not even in public or around other black people.
It's like disrespect. You should respect our feelings. Just because you don't feel that way doesn't mean we don't feel that way.
The superintendent's office sent us an email saying employment action has been taken against the employees, but that by law, administrators are not allowed to disclose any more information. Students considering more protests with the support, they say, of their schools, teachers and administrators.
The teachers and administrators was actually supporting us. That was surprising. We thought that they were going to write everyone up and they was going to send everyone back to class, but they made sure we stayed and like, it's okay to do that. You speak for what you think is right.
A lesson these students are more than willing to put into practice again.
Now, you got white people think they can use the N-word. Now, this dude is at a Black Lives Matter march, right? He had a Black Lives Matter protest, right? And he's mad at this dude, right? At this other white dude, and he think he can use the word nigga, right? To intimidate this dude, right? Because he's a white, I guess, Trump supporter or something like that. And when somebody questioned him, he tries to explain the difference why he can use the word nigga, and he's not using nigga. So, right? Nigger. What the fuck? He can use the word nigga and not nigger, right? So, in actuality, he's being correct in using the word nigga because he support black people. He understands black people, so he should be able to talk like black people and say that word. Like I've done in my other video about Black Lives Matter. How is it that the white people in Black Lives Matter are more vocal than the black people in Black Lives Matter? That's because black people don't run Black Lives Matter. It's people like this and corporates and shit like that. They run around and get to say nigga and burn down black communities and destroy black businesses and stuff like that, and all do it in the name of justice, right? And don't get no time. And why you think so many of these people that was out there was rich white kids and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? That had parents and stuff that was rich and white and stuff like that. They had no business fighting for social justice. They didn't know nothing about social justice. They was out there, college students and shit like that. They don't have no record unless they done something extremely violent. Even the motherfucker that burned down the school, he only got probation. Think about all these criminals out there ain't getting indicted on nothing because they had a backing by people like this, white liberals, right? And you can tell that this dude in some kind of, I would say some kind of, he probably in some type of law enforcement or something with his bill, but look how he tried to flip the situation when dude basically called him out for being a racist, right? And using the N-word. And you can tell by his reaction, he is racist.
Do something, nigga. What did you just say? What'd you say to him?
I said to do something.
No, what'd you say after that?
Nigga, with an A.
So,
with an A.
So you're here for Black Lives Matters, but you're using the N-word.
What the fuck are you here for?
No, I'm just curious.
Motherfucker,
I'm just curious. You're using the N-word, but you're here for Black Lives Matters.
You really honestly live in America in 2020, but you don't know the difference between a hard ER on the end of the N-word and an A.
So
See? You don't know the difference between a hard ER and an A. So if you use the ER, you're not racist. And if you use the A, you are racist. According to him, someone who has no knowledge of the word. It doesn't even look like he's really from the United States, right? But and it doesn't look like he grew up with too many black friends. It doesn't look like he has too many black friends right now, right? He's trying to be part of a protest, and he's around there trying to assault and intimidate other white people, right? And he's not going after them because they racist. He want to go after them because they're Trump supporter, as he keep on mentioning over and over in this video. You're a Trump supporter. You're a Trump supporter. So his problem is not with white people or people that's trying to indoctrinate black people or trying to do shit to black people. His problem is with people that are Trump supporters, conservatives. Watch.
You're saying white people can say that?
I just did. Oh, this guy right here.
Interesting.
And you know which white guy specifically? The one who's been standing over there for hours holding a Black Lives Matter sign.
So that gives him the right, because he stood over there and held a Black Lives Matter sign. That gives him the right to say niggas. And I guess niggas are supposed to understand it and allow him to say nigga because he carrying the sign. Huh? You can be the most racist son of a bitch in the world, but long as you carry a sign around that says Black Lives Matter, you can say nigga freely. You can call black people niggas. You can call white people niggas. I mean, it's other words in that situation you could have used, right? In that dialogue you could have used other than nigga to try to intimidate them, right? You'd have to use that word. You wanted to use that word. You wanted to try to intimidate him with that word. You wanted to prove that you belong to an organization. You wanted to prove that you relate to somebody when you say that word, but you had no reason to even saying that word. It served no importance. It intimidated him. It intimidated him none the more, right? You didn't make him less nervous and none of that shit, right? So what was your point of even saying the N-word?
That means you can say whatever you want.
White cuck.
That means whatever you say, whatever you want.
Trump supporting fool.
Hey, you're the one holding the BLM sign and using the N-word. Wrap that together.
Have you never listened to rap music? There's probably, I would guess that there are 320 million people in the United States.
Yeah.
Probably 319 million of them have heard rap music at some point.
Some of them have heard. Now he's going to blame his use on the N-word and being allowed to use the N-word on rap music. You hear what you're saying? It should be allowed because look at rap music. Everybody heard the N-word. So if everybody heard it, why shouldn't I be able to say it? Now, when liberals have arguments like this, they think they're right. Right? They think they're right. Like, I said it. Why can't I say it? This is what liberals think. But if you criticize them for it, or if you talk about them for it, they say you're wrong. You don't understand. And that's why I said. But if the shoe was on the foot like Joe Rogan, right? There's no explanation. There's no context on why he said it. You just said it. Now, this dude said it in an intimidating way. Joe Rogan said it in an educational way on a podcast, trying to educate people about certain situations. He's trying to intimidate people with the word. That's the difference between liberals and conservatives, or liberals and anybody else, for that reason.
Have you not?
So that means we can say whatever we hear.
Have you heard rap music?
That means we can say whatever we hear.
Have you ever heard it in your life?
That means we can say whatever we hear.
So have you heard rap music? So then you know the difference between an A on the end of that word and an ER.
I'd love to see you use
ER
that.
is what people like you say.
Oh, really?
Like you say stuff like that.
Yeah, you have no idea what I say.
Or you're a liberal.
In fact,
you're over here talking to a cop. Fuck you and everything you say.
In fact, I'm the one who had a problem with you saying it.
You goofy fuck.
That shows you
fucking dumbass.
That shows
or Trump supporter, wherever the fuck you are. What did you say? The N-word with an A on the end. Have you honestly never heard that? You never listened to rap music.
Just very
curious.
Never
hung out with black people.
Just very curious.
You really don't have a point here. You're just running your fucking mouth.
So have you ever hang around black people? So you mean to tell me the black people you hang around, from the looks of it, you don't hang around too many black folks because how you trying to educate somebody on the word nigga, right? You mean to tell me they allow you to say the word nigga, and they get and you get away with it? They haven't educated you on it, right? Educated you on trying to intimidate other people, right? Because I think the white people that do actually use the word nigga, right, don't really flaunt that shit in public like that. They don't really go around saying that shit in public. Hey, nigga, oh, nigga, oh, nigga. They kind of say that shit in private, you know, in a different type of setting and shit like that. They said then. But they're not going out and saying nigga all in the street like that. I'm pretty sure it's white people in white families and white households don't even hang around niggas say nigga, right? It's just a word, right, to some people. But if you use it in the wrong way, or you try to abuse that word, or you try to misuse that word and try to hurt people with that word, then that's when it can be different, you know, and that's when it can be used as a weapon, and that's when it can be used as a racist term, but not when it's used as a term of endearment and people understand the difference. This wasn't a term of endearment, saying you gonna fuck somebody up, nigga, getting all in their face, calling them Trump supporters, nigga, and you don't understand there's an ER and an A and shit like that. Now, shit get real. I mean, shit is all good until a real nigga show up. And when a real nigga show up, then you won't be talking the shit you're talking right now. Your chest won't be poked out. You won't be hollering. You won't be poking. You ain't pointing your finger or none of that. Now, if you're going to keep it real and you a real nigga, you're going to say the shit throughout whatever or whoever comes towards you. Hey, I said it and I meant that. I called him a nigga and I meant that. You don't bow shit down. Now, this dude bow shit down when real niggas come.
You stupid fucking white guy. Fuck your bitch ass.
Anyway, bro.
I'm an intended.
R to A to R to anything. That's like
don't say that. Why do you guys keep doing that to people?
I-E at the end or Y. This guy can't say that shit regardless, bro.
There you go.
No matter what, you're not supposed to say it, bro.
There you go.
So what is missing?
Huh? You can't say that shit at all, bro. You see, acting all soft when you say, but this guy over here, he's a Trump supporter. You can't say it at all, bro. You can't say it with an ER. He acted soft then. He was all in dude face like, hey, I'll fuck you up. I said it with ER and I said it with an A. And I said, as soon as a real nigga come, hey, but I didn't mean it like that. But this guy over here, I mean, his voice changed and everything. But it's this guy. It's not me. It's this guy. I didn't mean no harm, brother. It's this guy. He's a fucking Trump supporter. But just a little while ago, you're like, nigga, I'll fuck you up. I said with ER, don't you watch rap music? Don't you hang around black people? As soon as the nigga showed up, his whole voice changed. All right, buddy. I will never do it again. As soon as the nigga leave off, yeah, I will fuck your white ass up. That's what it is. Misinformation.
Information. As Joe Rogan brilliantly.
Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, it's pretty much.
What the hell I got this on here for?
That you.
Who likes this ground, but I also believe, and it's.
I believe you are not racist. What the hell I got all this on for? What the hell? I done repeated on the repeat, right? Now, this is the last part of this video, right? Now,
one of them.
You know, Kamala Harris knew Joe Biden was racist, right? And you knew that it was all a setup, and you knew she had to cover her ass, right? When people was asking, hey, is Joe Biden racist? Why the hell you go after Joe Biden like that? Like, what's up with that? Like, you know something we don't know? All she done was that stupid ass laugh. And this is the first time I saw her do that stupid ass laugh.
So this is a very serious matter.
An outsider who doesn't really know both of you very well, your relationship, which seems like a good one now, really does bring home the old phrase, politics makes for strange, let's say, partnerships. Because in those debates, you landed haymakers on Joe Biden. I mean, his teeth were like chiclets all over the stage. And now I believe you that you're fully supportive of him. How does that transition happen? How do you go from being such a passionate opponent?
Wait a minute, I had to take a stop. I just read Mike O'Brien post that the difference between Rittenhouse and Fauci is Fauci shots don't work. Kyle Rittenhouse's do. Kyle Rittenhouse's shot works better than Fauci's. Hey, if you get 2 shots for Kyle Rittenhouse, nigga, it won't be no calling me in the morning. You get 2 shots. Look, you get 2 shots from Kyle Rittenhouse, you ain't got to worry about no blood clots. You won't come back for another testing and for another update. I need to come back. I got the Kyle Rittenhouse. I need to come back and take a test and see am I cleared for my 5 days. Hell no. It won't be none of that. His shots are very effective. You won't take 2 of them and call them in the morning. And they ain't got no baby fetuses in them either.
On such bedrock principles for you, and now you guys seem to be pals.
It was a debate.
Not everybody landed punches like you did, though.
It was a debate.
What's that? Look, who said that? Sean DeWaska say, if you catch 2 from Kyle Rittenhouse, you ain't got to worry about catching COVID. You ain't never got to worry about catching a cold no more. Matter of fact, you ain't gonna have no more symptoms no more. You ain't gonna have no hot flashes, none of that shit. You take a shot from Kyle Rittenhouse, I guarantee it will kill all the COVID. You ain't never got to wear a mask again. Damn it, in your life. Because take 2 shots from Kyle Rittenhouse, you won't have to wear a mask again ever in life.
So you don't mean it?
It was a debate. That the whole reason, literally, it was a debate. It was called a debate.
I understand.
Traveled to the debate. There were journalists there covering the debate.
There was a debate. That was the coverage of the debate. It was a debate. That was people debating there. People was on stage debating. Well, if you talking about debating, bitch, I am the master debater. I used to debate everywhere. I used to debate at school. I used to debate sometimes at night when I was by myself. I was a master debater, bitch. I master debate everywhere. Sometimes with nobody around. I masturbate by myself a lot. You know what I'm saying? It was a debate. It was people. It was a debate. It was a debate. You don't understand? It was cameras, and it was people talking, and it was people listening, and it was people in the crowd, and it was people watching TV, and it was people at home, and it was a debate. People parking cars, and there was a microphone, and a table, and a stage, and some chairs. It was a debate. Bitch, we know it was a debate. We was trying to see was a nigga racist or no. No, he wasn't racist. It was a debate. So, bitch, you was lying about all that school shit then. All that busing shit, all that shit was a debate. It wasn't no real shit. It was a debate. You know what, bitch? Interview over. I ain't got time for this debate shit. It was a debate. They must have told that bitch in the last interview, don't laugh no more. That laughing shit is irritating. You know what I'm saying? Well, Kamala Harris, what do you think the difference is between COVID this year and COVID next year? And last year, this year? Well, you can wipe down packages. You know what, Kamala, bitch? You have to go back to the laughing again, because that answer you gave right there, we'd rather you do some laughing shit than that. Now you she committed like now you sons of bitches know why I laugh so much. Shit like that gonna come out my mouth. Now you don't see Camilla going back to laughing. Camilla, why your speechwriter done left you? It was a debate. It was a debate. People were laughing. No, bitch, we're not talking about the debate. The presidential shit is over. We was talking about your speechwriter. Why in the fuck did he leave? It was a debate. You know what? Somebody calling me. Somebody trying to give me some. But anyway, that's the end of the show because I gotta go. I will see y'all tomorrow with another show or something. Oh, shit. Like that. Because I gotta go. I gotta go debate. I have to watch Pornhub and go debate. It's getting late at night and I must debate and go to sleep. It must. What the fuck? I must debate. Huh. Oh, I'll see y'all later, alligators. I'm out this bitch. How you cut this thing off so I can go debate? Debate and watch Pornhub. I'm out. CCP. Oh shit, the wrong thing. Where we at? Right here. Damn, I got all these things up. Oh, we right here. Bam. CCP. We out.